answers. Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good Tuesday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Another day closer to Christmas. Wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Elk City Meals on Wheels, 1510 West 9th Street. And calling your order, 225-5821, 225-5821. Or if you can find out how you can financially help support or give a donation to Elk City Meals on Wheels, that's also a good number. 1510 West 9th Street there in Fairview Village. Dining room area is open from 11 to 1. Monday through Friday. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens meals, just $7. Includes your tax and everything. Everybody is welcome. Today, 16th day of December. Meatloaf, mac and cheese, black-eyed peas, and peach cobbler. So meatloaf, macaroni and cheese, black-eyed peas, peach cobbler. That's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. The ribbon cutting ceremony tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. at the Elk City Airport. Check out the new airport terminal and hangar. 101 North Norman Martin Boulevard. 101 Norman Martin Boulevard, right there in Elk City. East side, you can't miss it. Tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. A lot of dignitaries on hand, and you need to go out there and just check out the new Elk City Airport terminal and hangar and its new renovation. This weekend's the last weekend for Christmas in the parks, well, festivities, 6 to 9, Friday and Saturday. This Friday and Saturday night, it's supposed to be really nice weather, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Got all the good stuff, the Cub Scouts hot chocolate, the Holly Jolly Trolley, the Centennial Carousel, Candy Cane Express Train, Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there, double-decker bus, plus horse-drawn carriage rides. And nighttime miniature golf. That's all at the Elk City Chamber of Commerce. Christmas in the park. Go by and check it out. This Friday and Saturday night's the last two nights of festivities. Carnegie Library, they'll still bring you free books. All you got to do is call 225-0136. Right here in the Elk City area. Deliver free books to you in the Carnegie Caravan. It's the Friends of the Carnegie Library. You ask them about they're having trouble reading that regular print. Call them and ask them about a free program that can help. 225-0136. Nominate a hero. Maybe you've been seeing some of the videos that we've been posting on our Facebook page of these people that are these selfless people that are helping other people out. You know somebody? Tell us their story. Go to KECOFM.com. You have between now and the 23rd of December, Christmas Eve, at 11:59 p.m. Just go there. It takes a few minutes just to fill it out. And those that are selected will be getting a $250 prize package from one of the KECO Christmas sponsors. It's nominated as Santa's Christmas Hero. Tell us their story. KECOFM.com. Congratulations to all those that have already been awarded gifts. I appreciate what they do for the community. And now we can give them a little something back. If you'd like to be a part of that, go to KECOFM.com and just click on Nominate a Christmas Hero. Here's some commodity prices. They're at a 4-year low, folks. I'm telling you straight up. West Texas Intermediate down another $1.11 a barrel to $55.71. That's a December contract there. Brent crude oil in the ICE Futures Exchange down below $60, $59.47, down $1.08 on a January contract there. Tocom crude oil in Japan down 550 yen per kiloliter out of Tokyo. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down below $4, trading at $3.90. That's down 11 cents on a December contract. Here's your refined products. RBOB gasoline on the New York Mercantile Exchange December contract down $2.64 to $170.59. Heating oil down $2.21 to $215.85. And gas oil, also a December contract out of New York City, down $7.50, trading at $615 even per metric ton. So that is some of your refined products. Yeah, I guess there was a dispute going on about a large propane tank. Appeals court upholds injunction against petroleum company. The Oklahoma Court of Civil Appeals has upheld the lower court ruling that ordered a petroleum company to remove a 500-gallon propane tank installed at a condominium complex without required approval from the Properties Owners Association, the HOA, if you will. The appellate court affirmed a decision by Delaware County District Judge Jennifer McCaffrey, who ruled in favor of the Newport Village Homeowners Association and against Lou Ray Petroleum, LLC, an Oklahoma City-based company. Dispute centered on the placement of a propane tank in the front yard of a condominium unit, an action the Homeowners Association said violated its governing documents and approval requirements. Here's the deal, though. Tank was installed after the HOA denied permission. Court records show the Homeowners Association denied permission for the propane tank to be installed in the front yard of the unit. Despite the denial, Lou Ray Petroleum proceeded with the installation without securing approval from 100% of the unit owners, a requirement under the association's rules. The association sought an injunction arguing the installation caused harm to the community, violated the condominium's covenants, not to mention the eye pollution. Judge McCaffrey agreed and ordered the company to dig up and remove the tank, rejecting arguments that the economic cost of the petroleum company should outweigh the association's concerns. So the court weighs in irreparable harm. In its written opinion, the Court of Civil Appeals addressed the Ray Petroleum's claim that the trial court failed to consider the company's financial harm when granting the injunction. The record demonstrates that the trial judge considered the parties' evidence of irreparable harm and concluded the association's harm would be more severe than the economic impact to the appellant. This court therefore rejects appellant's claims that the trial court failed to consider the financial harm to appellant when granting the injunction. Anyway, the HOA says no, but the company puts them in anyway. Kind of like that wind farm over there on the Indian tribal land. Yeah, you don't have approval, but we're just going to go ahead, and the old adage of, hey, it's easier to beg for forgiveness than ask permission. I'm all about the court's decision here. The company should have known better. I mean, yeah, it's going to cost them, but it's going to cost them that they decided to go ahead and do it without approval. The New York Times finally gets something right. It says Harold Hamm has remade America's energy policies. And I totally agree with this. After a nearly 4-year absence from the headlines of the nation's major news groups, Oklahoman Harold Hamm has once again attracted their attention with the return of Donald Trump to the White House. The New York Times is the latest publication to dwell on Hamm, the fact that he is a billionaire oil man after founding Continental Resources Company based in Oklahoma City and has the ear of the president when it comes to energy issues. Well, why wouldn't he? I mean, he understands the energy industry. Trump's a businessman. Go to somebody who knows the industry. Anyway, as the Times reported this week, but with Mr. Trump back in power, Mr. Hamm is too. He described him as a soft-spoken oil man with no college degree, but who's now playing a big role in American energy. TV narrator and host of Dirty Jobs, Mike Rowe, might have something to say about no college degree, since he is a strong advocate and cheerleader of skilled jobs and blue-collar workers. We hear his commercials. And the white-collar worker. Rather than just earning a college degree, Rowe is also a spokesperson for the OERB, the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board. The Times focused on Hamm and his relationship with Trump, of course, contending that together they have already remade federal policy to benefit oil and gas companies, including Continental, and at the same time fighting greener alternatives such as solar power and batteries. So the Times got it right that Harold Hamm is influential in the energy industry. Now they're trying to paint the picture that he is in bed with Trump and they're killing the green energy revolution. Crazy crap. Anyway, the paper contends that Hamm's more than $2 million in campaign contributions to Trump's campaigns earned him outsized influence, including using his influence to position loyalists for top Trump administration jobs. The Times reported among those loyalists were Chris Wright, a longtime oil company executive who's now Trump's energy secretary, I might add that Chris Wright is the first one to ever hold that job that had any oil and gas experience, which should be a mandatory requirement for somebody in that kind of position. But another Ham ally, former North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, who was named Interior Secretary. The paper said Burgum's family had leased land to Continental for drilling. Neither Ham nor Continental agreed to the Times interview request, but a White House spokeswoman described Ham as one of the oil industry's executives who offered advice to the president. Well, good. Surround yourself with people that know what the heck, man. Anyway, the president frequently listens to the recommendations and concerns of many top stakeholders and business leaders to ensure America's oil and gas industry has the adequate resources and capabilities to drill, baby, drill, and deliver for the American people, she said. So again, the New York Times got one piece of it right, but tried to spin the story that Harold Ham is up there trying to do nothing but get the fat oil companies fatter and richer. You know, they fail to mention that the shale revolution is fueling America, is bringing money into America, is providing American jobs. They kind of forgot that part of it, but, you know, hey, it's selective reporting as we have been accustomed to here in the last few years, which is just terrible. Bring back the trusted news sources like Paul Harvey. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. We'll be back with more of the Tuesday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show right after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
Hi, it's Andy Taylor. We're living in some very turbulent times. It's easy to get discouraged in the normal course of life, but the good news is God has all the answers. His presence and companionship always makes all the difference. A big part of what we do at Trinity Fellowship is to help people in the process of coming into relationship with the Father. We'd love to help you. Our services start at 10 a.m. on Sunday. You can find us on our Trinity Fellowship Facebook page, or you can listen right here on KECO at 9:30. We'd love to have you be part of our family.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
You got 5-6 tractors out there, you got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that, but we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out and see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
The price savings it's huge for them.
Killhofer Flooring Center, right on the corner, right on the price.
corner of 6th and Main, downtown Elk City, Oklahoma.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Show brought to you in part by Fred's Steakhouse. They got seafood. Maybe that's what you're craving. Fred's has a variety to choose from, like grilled salmon, grilled or fried shrimp. They got freshwater fried catfish. They got fish tacos. Maybe chicken. How about 7 kinds? Grilled, barbecue, teriyaki, mushroom, baja, and, of course, fried chicken. And they have numerous side options available, along with fresh salads, soup of the day, freshly baked rolls made daily in their in-house bakery. Slather some of that cinnamon sugar butter on there. And they're home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak. Fred's Steakhouse, famous. Also, your destination for fresh USDA-graded beef, ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins, hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. I highly recommend their pork chops. They are delicious. Fred's has appetizers sure to please everyone in your group. Wood, chips, fried pickles, cheese curds, mushrooms, Rocky Mountain oysters, to name a few. Cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. It's all at Fred's Steakhouse. They also have a full-service bar. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City. You can call them at 243-2100 or order online in the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. DCP Services, Jeff and Terry Davis, our kids Toby and Carly. DCP Service is a diversified oilfield company offering the right services with the right people on the job. They have a roustabout division, a lease operators division, a wireline division with both braided and slick line capabilities, and DCP's Pump Repair Shop in Cordell. To find out more, you can find them on Facebook, DCP Services, or call Jeff Davis directly, 580-660-0501, 660-0501. And sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources, part of the OERB. Mike Rowe made the New York Times article, for crying out loud. America's greatest storytellers. Well, he's telling a story about something that's true, and that is an outfit that is educating Oklahoma's energy industry and Oklahoma's general population. You can register now for Tier 2 reporting. Facilities must report hazardous chemical inventories and how to do it correctly, how to fill out the right forms, where to submit them, when to submit them. Tier 2 reporting, that's coming up January the 14th. 10 a.m. It's a Zoom meeting. It's free. You can register now at www.soer.oerb.com. Another one in January is the SPCC training. That's coming up January 29th, 11 a.m. Air regulations training coming up in February. Directional drilling training coming up in March. So lots of educational opportunities. Like I said, the next one's the Tier 2 reporting January 14th. Get yourself registered the day before close of business. Go to Producer Education on www.soer.oerb.com. There'll be a little drop down that says workshops. Click on that, and it'll give you everything you need. Very easy to register. Just click the blue button under the, class you want to attend. soer.oerb.com. Okay. We talk a lot about the AI, and that's something that's coming. That's something that's here. That's something the federal government is looking at. Trump AI order could impact Oklahoma's AI laws. Oklahoma's current and proposed artificial intelligence laws could be placed on hold or face legal uncertainty following President Donald Trump's executive order signed last week that blocked states from enforcing their own AI regulations. The executive order aims to establish a single national framework for artificial intelligence, replacing a patchwork of state-level rules. Got to have some consistency. This is an executive order that orders aspects of your administration to take decisive action to ensure that AI can operate within a single national framework in this country, as opposed to being subject to state-level regulations that could potentially cripple the industry, said White House aide Will Scarf during the signing ceremony at the Oval Office. So according to CNN, if you're listening to that crap, the executive order could have far-reaching effects on U.S. efforts to dominate the rapidly expanding technology sector. David Sachs, the White House crypto and AI czar, said the administration plans to develop a federal framework for AI policy in coordination with Congress. In the meantime, this executive order gives your administration tools to push back on the most onerous and excessive state regulations, Sachs said. Sachs emphasized that the administration would not challenge state laws related to child safety or artificial intelligence. He later clarified in a social media post that the order does not mean the administration will challenge every state AI law. The executive order raises questions about several Oklahoma AI laws and proposals, both enacted and pending. During the 2025 legislative session, Governor Kevin Stitt signed House Bill 1364, which took effect in November of this year. The law amends existing statutes to explicitly prohibit the non-consensual sharing of AI-generated sexual images, commonly known as deep fakes. Violations can be charged as a misdemeanor or felony, depending on circumstances. Oklahoma City Representative Arturo Alonso Sandoval introduced House Bill 1916, the Responsible Deployment of AI Systems Act. During the 2025 session, the bill proposed a comprehensive AI governance framework categorizing AI systems into 4 risk levels: unacceptable, high, limited, and minimal. It would prohibit unacceptable risk systems, including social scoring and unregulated biometric surveillance, while creating an artificial intelligence council and a workforce development program. The bill was referred to committee and did not advance. These are some of the things going on here in Oklahoma. Another proposal, House Bill 1899, the Artificial Intelligence Act of 2025, was filed by Tulsa Representative Stan May. It also aimed to establish a new legal framework for AI technologies in Oklahoma, but stalled in committee without further action. Now, in 2024, Representative Jeff Boatman and Senator Todd Golhair, they introduced House Bill 3453, the Oklahoma Artificial Intelligence Bill of Rights. The bill passed the House but died in the Senate Judiciary Committee. It sought to establish explicit rights for Oklahomans when interacting with AI systems. So there is some uncertainty ahead. With the Trump administration signaling a shift towards centralized AI regulation, it remains unclear how Oklahoma's existing laws and future proposals will be treated under the federal framework. Now, I promise you this, the White House and the Trump administration is not advocating that it's okay for AI to generate these deep fakes. It's okay for AI to subject our children to pornographic material. So I can promise you this. That's not where our government is headed with this AI. Okay, it's there's so many tentacles, so many facets to artificial intelligence. I understand the need for a federal mandate on getting AI with, consistency. But I guarantee it, the White House is not trying to, as this story kind of makes you think, hey, it's going to trump the AI laws that Oklahoma has as far as children. That's not going to do it. Well, the Governor Kevin Stitt, urges support for data centers. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt says the state should not fear the growth of data centers and artificial intelligence, arguing that Oklahoma's energy strategy positions it to stay competitive while protecting consumers from rising electricity costs. And I quote, "I think we don't need to be scared about data centers," Stitt said during a recent interview. Stitt emphasized that AI and data center development present significant opportunities for Oklahoma, particularly when paired with policies that allow new power generation without straining the existing grid, the behind the meter that we talk about on the show, which basically means that these AI data centers can put their own electrical generation unit on their property and generate the electricity they need. Now, Oklahoma gives incentives for it to be powered by natural gas, as well it should. Okay, so this behind-the-meter law central to energy strategy. The governor pointed to Oklahoma's recently approved behind-the-meter legislation, which I just said allows large users such as data centers to generate their own electricity instead of relying entirely on the public grid. That's why I passed behind the meter, because I believe that it's natural for, well, customers to say, oh, I don't want the data center in my backyard because it might drive my cost of electricity up, Stitt said. Right now, that would be a concern, he continued. He said the policy ensures data center development does not increase electricity costs for residential customers while holding utilities accountable. Stitt added that the Oklahoma utilities, including OG&E and Public Service Company of Oklahoma, the biggies, must continue expanding generation capacity. He noted recent legislative action that increased a bonding authority for the Grand River Dam Authority, allowing it to build more generation. Oklahoma needs to stay ahead of that curve, Stitt said, because I don't want consumers' prices going up. Keeping prices low drives economic growth. Stitt repeatedly returned to electricity affordability, arguing that low power costs give Oklahoma a competitive advantage nationally and globally. That's all I care about is I want Oklahoma prices to stay low, Stitt said, because if we can keep our prices low, then it creates more disposable income to go on vacation, buy yourself a new car. It helps our businesses. He also said behind-the-meter generation allows large facilities to produce their own electricity if grid upgrades take too long, preventing power shortages. So it's not going to take away from the grid. In other words, Stitt said, it's the all-of-the-above energy approach. Stitt reiterated his support for the all-of-the-above energy strategy, including oil, gas, wind, and other power sources, including solar, nuclear. We've got a great energy strategy, and it's all-of-the-above approach, he said. It's more gas, of course. It's more wind energy. It's more everything. He warned against policy swings that discourage investment. We can't have government coming in and putting their thumbs on the scale, Stitt said. With whipsaw effect, that pendulum swing is not good for our country. And that basically goes back to the story I read yesterday about Stitt saying that Trump's pulling the money away from wind energy is hurting the state. He also discussed his work with other governors, Governor Stitt, permitting reform, including bipartisan efforts to shorten timelines for pipelines and transmission projects. He said governors across party lines agree federal bureaucracy slows critical infrastructure. You can't have projects that take 7 years to get done, he said. He emphasized the importance of preserving state flexibility while avoiding overly fragmented regulation. We believe in this federalist idea that Oklahoma is different than Texas and different than New York, he said. I agree, we're totally different than those people. But the bottom line is Governor Stitt saying, hey, listen, don't be fighting the data centers. Now, like I said, I still have a lot of questions. And I know that these big utility companies, they're not going to benefit from these, well, power generation facilities on these big data centers. They benefit if more people buy their electricity. Now, the one thing they might benefit from is being able to purchase whatever generated electricity that data center doesn't use and put it back into the grid. But still, there's a lot of moving parts to this thing, and we got to be really careful. But, you know, I think that we need to continue to expand and, you know, get our grids up to date. I totally agree. And it's not just because of the data centers. I think it's because of the insatiable appetite for electricity that we as Oklahomans, or we as Americans, have. That being said, we're at the bottom of the hour. I'm going to take another quick break and be back with the next segment of the Tuesday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show. There's a country starting to invest in some downstream here in the United States. We'll talk about who that is and more right after this.
The Exploring Energy Show.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Windy Nissan of Elk City. If you're looking for a great deal on a new or used vehicle, you can find it right here at Windy Nissan. With payments starting as low as $249 a month, no payments up to 90 days, as little as $0 down approvals, and also enjoy up to $7,500 off new 2025 Nissan Pathfinders, Armadas, and Muranos in stock here at Windy Nissan of Elk City. Windy Nissan has a great selection of inventory available with over 200 new and used vehicles to choose from. We have half-ton four-wheel drive pickups. We have diesel four-wheel drive trucks. We have large SUVs. We have small SUVs, your affordable sedans for your first-time drivers. We truly have something for everybody here at Windy Nissan of Elk City, Oklahoma. And with over 30 banks to choose from, we have financing for nearly everyone. You can view all of our inventory right here at 114 Access Road in Elk City, Oklahoma, or at windynissan.com. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations, and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
Timber, Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberokla.com.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? Catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
Try the penny news for your business. It's the little paper with a big punch.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by American Hose and Supply. For you to keep making money, your equipment, your machinery has to keep running. American Hose and Supply can help you do that. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. You can call 303-1123. Any kind of hoses or fittings, they've got them. High pressure, low pressure, suction, discharge. It doesn't make any difference. Call 303-1123 or stop by the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse. Go to those who know hose. American Hose and Supply. Speaking of Camrock, farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil costs a lot less, and it also lubricates just the same. Same specifications as the designer brands, but cheaper. Camrock's oil costs a lot less. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money with Camrock. You find out more online, CAMRock, CamrockSupply.com. About everything you could use for a motor. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City, next to Fred's Steakhouse. 4 locations: Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, Ulysses, Kansas. 3 local guys with local ties doing business with their community. And ASCO Equipment, 513 West 20th Street. If you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent, look no further than ASCO. They don't have it on the yard or on the lot. They can get it to you. 27 locations throughout Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. They sell and rent, well, the big stuff. Tractors, backhoes, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, forklifts, compactors, pavers, skid steers, and more. They have been doing this since 1960. Family owned, Operated under the core values of honoring God, developing people, pursuing excellence, growing profitability. They're not trying to break you. They're trying to help you make a living. ASCO offers flexible rental equipment options as well. E.J. Gredeman on the rental side, Bart Shields on the equipment sales side. And they'll come and work on your equipment no matter when you bought it, where you bought it, or what brand it is. $21 million worth of equipment parts in stock. 200 of factory-trained certified electricians. They can get it done. ASCO, online, ASCOEQ.com, ASCOEQ.com. Or call 323-3422, 513 West 20th Street in Elk City. Tell branch manager Jeremy Bridgman that we sent you their way. Okay. As promised, this country is going to invest in natural gas. So Tokyo Gas to invest in USA downstream assets. Tokyo Gas Company, Japan's biggest distributor of the fuel, plans to invest in U.S. downstream assets to lift earnings and reinforce the last leg of its energy supply chain. The company is looking to deploy capital in assets like liquefaction plants, export terminals, and the energy services sector, said Tokyo Gas President Sashini Sasayama. We've already made investments in midstream, downstream areas such as marketing and trading, and we intend to raise profitability, he said in an interview. Tokyo Gas shares rose as much as 2.3% during Monday morning trading, while the broader TOPEX index fell as much as 0.4%. The firm's planned expansion in the U.S. comes as President Donald Trump rolls back climate commitments and elevates fossil fuels and national security planning. A surge in power use from artificial intelligence and data centers is boosting demand for gas-fired electricity, creating favorable conditions for energy producers. Tokyo Gas has allocated 350 big ones, 350 billion yen, which is $2.2 billion for overseas investments for the next 3 years, starting from fiscal year 2026, according to a strategy document released in October of this year. However, a spokesperson declined to say on Friday how much the company has earmarked for downstream expansion in the U.S. Sasayama said much of that money will go toward developing and making the company's shale gas assets profitable. Any decision to increase spending on upstream assets will depend on circumstances at the time, he added. Tokyo Gas U.S. subsidiary bought Rockcliffe Energy, LLC, a Texas natural gas producer, in late 2023 for about $2.7 billion. It also acquired a stake in gas marketing and trading firm ARM Energy Trading in 2024. The Japanese utility drew attention last year after activist Elliott Investment Management disclosed a 5% stake. Elliott initially pressured Tokyo Gas to divest parts of its multi-billion-dollar real estate portfolio and boost shareholder value. But Sasayama said the company has drawn up a list of large target assets to sell moving forward, although he refrained from identifying any specific properties. Tokyo Gas will continue to hold onto the real estate assets that complement its core energy business. Good news is they're going to invest some of that money here in the United States. You know, I'm okay with foreign investment. Now, whenever you start talking about companies that are not our allies, I have some issue with that. Of course, you know, I've often said possession's 9/10 of the law. You know, China might own a bunch of land and property in the United States, but I guarantee it, we could sweep that back in a moment because they're not going to be able to pull that land up and take it over to Red China. I still don't think they should be able to have and own that. But investing in the energy industry, you know, these people need paychecks that work in the energy industry. You know, and if that money's coming from an ally like Japan, you know, hey, I'm all about it. And I can understand their business portfolio wanting to cut their costs by, you know, getting more downstream assets like liquefaction plants, export terminals and such. So we'll wait and see, kind of keep an eye on that. But again, we are continuing to talk about this artificial intelligence, and we're going to be doing more for sure. We're going to be talking about it more. I am going to tell you this, the Oklahoma plays and some of the plays around the United States, I'll give you that information. I gave you the Baker Hughes rig count yesterday, but increased oil and gas drilling had been seen in Oklahoma's Granite Wash play, a play that also extends into parts of Texas Panhandle. The latest Baker Hughes rig count showed a gain of 2 rigs in the Wash, reaching a total of 16. The second of the most active plays, the Can of Woodford, remained strong with 17 reported rigs and no change from the previous week. The Ardmore Woodford in southern Oklahoma saw an increase of 1 rig to reach a total of 4 active drilling rigs in that play. The Arkoma Woodford count fell 1, leaving only 1 active rig in that play. The Mississippian continued with 1 active drilling rig. Elsewhere around the U.S., the Permian Basin, of course, the nation's most active shale play, recorded a decline of 2 rigs, leaving 249 in the Permian, still in pursuit of more oil and gas production. The Haynesville in eastern Texas and Louisiana saw an increase of 4 rigs to reach 45 total there. The Eagle Ford, the South Texas play, grew 1 rig more in the past week to reach 39. The Williston in North Dakota was unchanged at 29 rigs. The activity in the Utica play increased 1 to 15 total rigs. The Marcellus, stretching from northern West Virginia and through Pennsylvania and into southern New York, remained at a total of 24 rigs. The DJ Niobrara count slipped by 1, only 8 drilling up in that area. That being said, my lovely assistant has joined me here, TJ, and we're going to have your weather forecast, the energy news in my briefs, and stock prices of local interest, plus our sports update. We'll have more right after this on 96.5 KECO's Exploring Energy Radio Show.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
The holidays are just around the corner, and you've got a lot to look forward to. So this year, let's make sure the flu doesn't crash the party. Remember to get your flu shot, wash your hands, and practice good hygiene so you can enjoy cherished moments. Let's make this holiday season unforgettable for all the right reasons. Visit oklahoma.gov/health/fight-flu to find a flu shot clinic near you. Skip the flu, not the fun.
Hi, I'm Gary Owens, the owner of Galleria Furniture. We've partnered with Serta to bring you exclusive mattresses. And for a limited time, when you purchase one of these Serta mattresses, you'll get a Serta wireless adjustable base absolutely free. Don't forget, we always have unbeatable everyday deals like twin mattresses starting at just $99 and queen mattresses only $199.
Located in Elk City next to Tractor Supply, where friends don't let friends pay retail.
Do farmers and ranchers need different kinds of tires?
Yes, they do. The farmers and ranchers, generally need a heavy ply tire because they're always pulling a trailer, got hay bales, have equipment. They generally have a lot of tires on the ground. Trailers and trucks and equipment.
Is the lifespan of their tires different from a regular passenger?
Correct. Yes, they are. They generally are a little bit less just because they are abused more than an average customer. They need a good set of tires because if they're down for a day, they're in trouble. It is costing them money. They should go to L&R Tire. We have them in stock and we know what they need.
Why have they used you through the years?
Good service. Like I said, we always generally have the tires in stock and we treat them with respect. L&R Tire, 1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, the home of Bridgestone Firestone tires. At L&R Tire, we'll take good care of your vehicle.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Isn't it interesting the things we do with labels when it comes to oil and natural gas?
Saying the world is coming to an end is it's a bit of a crazy statement. And I'm sure in those 100 years with the natural gas that we have, we will find some other way to produce energy.
So you're not worried? You're an optimist?
Yeah.
Good.
So I just think people have lost perspective on how much oil and gas is crucial to how they live.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Try the penny news for your business. It's the little paper with a big punch.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
All righty then. This show brought to you in part by David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. David is just a great guy, and he's a great mineral manager. Been doing it for a long time for a reason. He stays on top of it. He'll get you the most out of your royalties. That means David is truly an investment, not an expense. David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell, this is where you really need somebody that you will trust won't take advantage of you. David's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. Call him today, 405-341-8698, 405-341-8698, or look him up on the interweb, David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. And if your power goes out at midnight or any time during the week, you can call Carter Electric. They provide 24-hour emergency service 7 days a week. Want to make sure your power stays on regardless? Well, Carter Electric is an authorized Generac generator dealer. The number one name in home and business generation, Generac. Size it, install it, come back and service it. Kervin and Mary Orgain, they're the owners of Carter Electric. They help you see the light of day even at night. And a lot of electric work goes on above, overhead. Carter Electric has pole trucks, man lifts to get up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric, 225-2447. Call them at 225-2447, providing you this hour's weather forecast, the service of Carter Electric. What do you got over there, TJ?
Today we're mostly sunny with a high near 61, southwest wind around 7 miles per hour. Tonight mostly clear with a low around 33, light and variable, and wind becoming north-northwest 5 to 7 miles per hour after midnight. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 62, north-northwest wind 5 to 13 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 20. Thursday, sunny with a high near 57, windy with a north wind 21 to 26 miles per hour, decreasing 8 to 13 miles per hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 40. Friday, sunny with a high near 61. Saturday, sunny with a high near 73. Sunday, sunny with a high near 61. And Monday, sunny with a high near 64.
Okay. Here's some energy news in my briefs. The AI spending boom is entering a dangerous phase as big tech firms increasingly tap external investors to cover mounting costs, a top executive at hedge fund giant Bridgewater Associates said yesterday. According to Reuters, the warning underscores the degree of unease rippling through markets as several investors have begun to question the sustainability of massive capital spending on artificial intelligence. The Trump administration has launched a campaign to hire 1,000 engineers into federal government roles for a two-year stint. According to a government website reviewed by Reuters, the administration is looking to hire employees with expertise in software engineering, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and data analytics, signaling a renewed push to build technical capacity within federal agencies. Colorado community turns to geothermal after coal. Hayden, Colorado, home of the Steamboat Springs Airport, is installing a geothermal heating and cooling system in a new business park designed to help the community weather the planned 2028 closure of a coal plant and associated mine. Local leaders review the project as a way to stabilize the economy while transitioning away from coal-dependent infrastructure. The BLM, the Federal Bureau of Land Management, plans this week to auction 18 parcels for geothermal leases covering about 70,000 acres in southern Idaho, expanding opportunities for renewable baseload power development in that region. North Dakota oil royalties projected at $8.4 billion. An analysis finds North Dakota's state-owned minerals will generate $8.4 billion in oil and gas royalties over the life of oil production in the state. State officials expressed optimism about long-term revenue prospects despite current low oil prices. Here's some from around the world. China gains ground in fusion energy race. China is pulling ahead in its race with the United States to prove and commercialize fusion energy technology, largely because it is devoting significantly more resources to the effort, according to recent analysis. The U.S. pressures the European Union on methane import rules. The U.S. government is demanding the European Union exempt American oil and gas from a new law governing fuel imports. methane emissions, raising tensions over climate policy and international energy trade. Boy, Europe, they've got some problems. Goodness gracious. Okay, what do you got over there as far as energy stock prices? Are you doing us any good today?
No.
I didn't think so.
Absolutely
not with
no.
oil down around
It's bad.
$54 a barrel. Go ahead.
American Electric Power is down 59 cents, trading at 115.18. Apache is down 80 cents at 24.47. Baker Hughes is down 79 cents at 46.10. ConocoPhillips is down $2.33, trading at 92.03. Devon Energy is down 75 cents at 35.42. EOG Resources is down $2.69 at 103.24. Expand Energy is down $2.38 at 108.16. General Electric is down 77 cents at $321. Halliburton is down 61 cents, trading at 27.80. Helmerich & Payne is down 95 cents at 27.99. Liberty Energy is down 63 cents at 18.50. Occidental Petroleum is down $1.11, trading at 39.08. OG&E Energy is up 17 cents at 43.37. ONEOK is down 1.16 at 71.67. Phillips 66 is down $4.23, trading at 137.28. Sandridge Energy is down 36 cents, trading at 14.02. Schlumberger is down 38 cents at 38.53. And Williams Companies is down 77 cents, trading at 58.70.
Well, I ran across this story earlier this morning, and I got to share it with you. But the cotton gin operators, 44 years without increased rates. I didn't even realize this thing was regulated like this. But operators of Oklahoma's 8 regulated cotton gins say they can no longer operate under rates set more than 4 decades ago, and have asked the Oklahoma Corporation Commission for permission to increase their ginning and bagging charges. According to a recent filing, the cotton gins have gone 44 years without an approved rate increase, despite rising equipment, labor, and operational costs. The commission governs cotton gins as regulated public utilities in the state.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
I'm sure Yami knew that, but I didn't.
No.
The ability to regulate cotton gins dates back to the state constitution when it was drafted in 1907 and created the Corporation Commission. The Corporation Commission was established in 1907 by Article 9 of the Oklahoma Constitution. The first legislature gave the commission authority to regulate public service corporations, these businesses whose services were considered essential to public welfare, including cotton gins. The legal principle for such regulation had been established in 1877. At this time, the United States Supreme Court upheld a lower court ruling, Munn versus Illinois, that when a private company's business affects the community at large, it becomes a public entity subject to state regulation. Initially, the Corporation Commission regulated transportation and transmission companies, mostly railroads and telephone and telegraph companies. The commission also was directed to collect and maintain records of the stockholders, officers, and directors of all corporations chartered or licensed to do business in Oklahoma. About 12,500 at statehood qualified for that. The current rates date back to September 1981, when the commission set the charge for ginning picked, snapped, or stripped cotton at $2 per hundredweight.
Wow.
And $7.50 per bale for bagging and tying.
I'm surprised it took them that long.
44 years.
Right.
So what they're proposing is that the ginning rate goes from $2 to $2.75 per hundredweight. The bagging and tying rate goes from $7.50 per bale to $10 per bale. The operators emphasize that the commission has issued no subsequent order modifying rates since 1981, leaving gins to absorb decades of cost increases without regulatory relief. No wonder these cotton gins were shutting down.
Yeah, for sure.
But I did not realize that the Corporation Commission was out there setting rates for cotton ginning.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I know cotton ginning raises rates on my breathing ability. That's another story. Here's some Paragon TV has a full week of high school basketball coming up before the holiday break. All right, tonight, Boone Apache at Merritt, 6 o'clock start time. Canute at Arapahoe Butler, that's a 6:30 start time for the girls. Arnett at Leedy, 6:30 p.m. Sharon Mutual at Eric, 6:30 p.m. Thursday night, it's Duke at Canute. Sentinel at Burns Flat. Duke at Canute game starts at 6. The Burns Flat game starts at 6:30 at Sentinel. Friday, we got Lakiba at Sentinel at 6:30, Arnett at Hammond at 6:30. ParagonTV.com. $9.99 a month. You get all 8 schools, live and archived broadcast, plus all the extras that we're putting on that channel now with our very own Lexi Frazier. Big Elk TV. All right, Big Elk TV. Tonight, Childress Bobcats come to Elk City. Elkcats tip off at 6:30, Big Elks at 8. And then we got a game Thursday with Weatherford. So, for all of our great sponsors and TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks so much for listening. Have yourself a great day and Merry Christmas.
Number 1 for New Country.
KECO, Elk City.
News. I'm CJ Papa. The killer is still out there this morning, 3 days after gunning down 2 Brown University students, wounding 9 others in a mass shooting.
Videos appear to show the potential gunman walking near Brown University at 2 p.m. on